Big Z Reviews. Buddy vs. Duff is a reality competition show that was on Food Network. And it's a little different from things I normally review, but I have a little bit of a hot take on it because I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but because of these characters' actions on the show, I'm not sure whether they were fully real or whether they're kind of scripted or whether they were going for something. But because of their actions, I really dislike both of them now. So if that's what they're going for, they succeeded in it. And I've stopped watching anything. Like at the end of the show, they have premiering new series with them, and I haven't watched any of them because I really dislike both of them now.
Duff, you're the winner.
All right.
It was truly your artistry that won me over.
Wow. I was not expecting that. Wow, thank you. Thank you very much.
Time out. Let's give it up for our two cake masters, if you will. Yeah.
So the setup for the show is that you have these two, masters of cake, and they coming together, and they have them like a first part of the show that's more of like someone making a dessert. Then the second part is making a big cake, and they have like each round like they get points for each round, and in the end, like someone's declared a winner. And like I've watched both of them. I watched a little bit of both of their shows. Buddy and Duff, they each had different channels. They had cake design shows, and I know Buddy had like a reality show that he did, like finding a next person or something that I watched. And Duff, like I've seen him, he's a judge on a lot of the Food Network shows that I watch. I enjoy a lot of the competition cooking shows on Food Network, and I absolutely love the Great British Bake Off. That's a completely different thing than this. And I was excited for this. And the very first episode, like for the big cake, Duff does something small, and he spends a lot of time on this thing, but still there's problems with it. And Buddy makes this really epic cake, and it's better than Duff's cake. Obviously it's better. But then for some reason they declared Duff the winner of that episode. But then I was like, yeah, whatever, it's fine. But then Buddy freaks out. He like leaves where they're filming and goes over, and you can see him talking to like the producer about it. So I was like, oh, this guy's a freaking douchebag. Yeah, maybe I don't quite agree with the winner, but don't be a douchebag and go complain to the producer because you think you incorrectly lost. So right off, I hated Buddy. And then in the next episode, starting off again, like it seemed like the earlier desserts are more competitive. But it seems generally that Duff is a little better on more dessert stuff. Although Buddy's almost a lot of times look like really delicious stuff too when he did the more Italian stuff. But Buddy obviously is a better cake artist. He is a bigger, more epic cake artist. And I think Duff know that too, because like starting the second one, he does like this tiny little elephant, and he spends the whole time on the elephant and covers it in gold, and then and Buddy does this epic multi-tier cake, and it's like and then each episode continues like that, and they're keeping all the scores really close, but then I think the worst one, it kind of completely changed the way I viewed these people in the show, was like I think like the 5th episode or something like that. The one before the last episode, and they were doing a cake for Magic Gathering, not Magic the Gathering, but like a group of magicians that get together, like I forget their house, the Magic House or something like that. And Buddy, he makes this amazing cake. It actually has an illusion in it that like the one tier looks invisible from certain ways, and it's amazing. And Duff, he builds a box and puts the sheet cake that's like this thin on one small section of it. And then the whole idea that he's doing this show, like he's cutting his friend in half. But all he built was a crappy looking box out of wood and then a tiny little piece of cake. And I watched this and I was like, this guy's an asshole. This guy's a prick. He knows he can't win, so he's going, hey, oh, I'm not playing the game. Oh, I'm not playing the game. Look, I made a box. Ooh. And it kind of pissed me off. Like, I mean, so many times when he's a judge, like, he just feel like, oh, you have to play the game. You know, we were asking for this and you didn't do this. And they gave him a low score for this, but I really think they should have given him a 0. But they gave him a lower score to make it so it's tied up. So again, then Buddy won. But then after that one, I just was not really interested in anything they did, because Buddy's a douchebag and Duff is like he knows he can't win, so he just won't even play. Like Duff is the kind of kid that if he was playing like basketball and he was losing the game, he would grab the basketball and run home so no one could play. Like he's that kind of kid. And but then in the final one again, like they give him Buddy wins the cake, but the Duff wins the overall event. And I'm like, Duff, he doesn't deserve that win. But like, it feels like maybe they had to do it like so maybe that was contractually something the Duff was supposed to win or something, because it doesn't make sense too, because they don't show the final score. They show the final score, but they don't show. They show every time they show the score, except for the very last cake, they don't show the score for the cake. So and they show like the final tally, and it's like, so with like, wait, he was only better, like when you actually look at, you have to figure out what they would have given them the total, and they figure that even the last cake was obviously Buddy's was so much better than Duff's. So, but they gave him, the judges didn't give him enough of a win so that he would actually win. It was something about the judging felt fake, and the whole show, like, it ruined Buddy and Duff for me. Like, I really dislike them now, and they're douchebags. Both of them are douchebags in different ways. Like I don't know. I like bits of the show, but I hated it in the end. Like, I give like a 4 out of 10. Like, it's so frustrating. Thanks for watching. You can see my other video, play some head and scratch me that Z over there. Thanks. This has been a Big Z TV show review. Thanks for watching.